Welcome to a new live broadcast on the Geekanoids channel. Today I have got a couple of products to show you, both audio based, and one of them you're going to actually be able to hear because it is in fact a speaker, a very smart speaker from Kitsound. Before I show you that, I've also got another product to talk to you about, which is from Meze Audio, and they very kindly sent me a pair of their really high-end headphones. Now, I love listening to music, and I also take pride in the audio quality in my videos as well. So having something that I can listen back to audio really clearly on is a real benefit to me. And over the years of producing videos on Geekanoids, I've tested a lot of pairs of headphones. But before I get into showing you the two products and giving you, of course, a demonstration of the Kitsound Voice One, I want to talk to you a little bit about what's been happening over the past couple of days in my preparation for the iPhone 10 delivery. I had a potential sponsor contact me about the iPhone 10 videos. That unfortunately did not come to fruition, so I'm relying on getting the iPhone 10 in and then either keeping it so I can do some more videos about it in the future, or indeed I will sell it on after the event. It's a very expensive smartphone and I'm yet to be convinced it is going to become a sort of part of my daily use. I'm still exploring the possibility of switching to Android. It's becoming more and more likely every single day. I updated my iPhone to the latest version of iOS, and some of the issues that I was experiencing previously have been sorted. A lot less rotation issues, but still I do get the Mail app locking up and other issues in iOS, including sort of the overall performance of it not being great. And that's on the very latest version now. So Apple are ironing out some of the issues, but not enough for me to be satisfied at this point. Potential smartphones for the Switch now, I've been really getting interested in the Huawei Mate 10 Pro. Hopefully I'll be able to get a loan device so that I can test that for myself. But I've been seeing some really great things about the camera and the performance, and additionally the screen seems to be very good as well. But what's also impressed me is, I think it was just yesterday, they announced the retail price. Now in the UK, and this is a very high-end smartphone, in the UK it's coming in at £699, which I think is a fantastic price point. So that's sort of piqued my interest as a potential smartphone to switch to. I don't think I'm going to be sticking with the Galaxy Note 8. I'm finding it a bit too cumbersome. Beautiful screen, great camera, better in photo than it is in video, but possibly not a smartphone that I'm going to actually switch to. So anyway, before we move on to the first product, which is the Meze Audio 99 Classics, let me just say a big thank you to everyone who's tuned in for the live broadcast, including Harry K. Hi Dave, just joined for this live video. Really nice to see you here, Harry. And also Yui Klinkmuller also joined. Hello to you, Yui. And if you've got any questions at all, I will be taking some questions sort of midway through this broadcast and also towards the end once I've given you the Kitsound Voice One demonstration as well. I try and answer as many questions as I can. Super chat is there if you want your question highlighted, or indeed your comment highlighted and brought to my attention. So anyway, let's take a look at this first product. We'll look at the product box first. This is the Meze Audio 99 Classics in walnut gold. And if I just show you this side of the box, and I'll show you this side of the box so you can see some of the specifications. So these are made of walnut wood, which is really nice. They've got 40mm drivers inside, a rated input power of 30 milliwatts and also a maximum of 50 milliwatts. And they come with a 1.2 meter cable with a mic and remote, and also a 3 meter cable as well, and plenty of different adapters, and a really nice carry case which I'll show you in a short while. If you want to read some of the specifications there regarding frequency response, you can. Now they have got leather ear pads on as well, a self-adjusting headband, which is I think one of the first I've experienced of that particular kind, and they're just really high quality. So let me show you the little package that they come in, or the carry case. Just look at this case. Really very nice indeed. And we've got the Meze audio logo on the front there as well. Looks absolutely superb. And then when you open this up, you're presented with the headphones themselves, and then inside we've got this little pouch, and in here we've got all of the cables. So one cable with an inline remote and then a longer cable without, all gold plated connections, which is really nice. And then we've got the headphones themselves, and these are just amazing. Absolutely amazing build quality. Just look at this. Now normally with headphones you've got sort of like a ratchet mechanism, and with the sort of ratchet mechanism you adjust them and then you have to keep readjusting if you don't get a comfortable fit. With these it's like a self-adjusting mechanism, so it's like a piece in here that pulls up. Goodness knows how they do it. It's just so good, really well engineered. Let me give you a close-up look of that. So it just sort of pulls up and self-adjusts, and then the grain on the ear cups, just look at how that is. Absolutely superb. Let me give you a real close-up of that. The quality is fantastic. I'm talking about build quality still at the moment. We'll come on to audio quality in a short while. Now you can plug in the cable into the bottom of the ear cups, so it's hardwired, and then we've got this soft leather around here and plenty of padding. Nice amount of padding on this top here, but this is like a flexible piece of metal in the headband, and then 2 more pieces of metal going across the top. And then when you wear them, this portion here actually pushes upwards, so you get this sort of self-adjusting and really comfortable fit, and they just feel so comfy. Wow, absolutely amazing. Just so comfortable to wear for prolonged periods of time. And then when it comes to the audio quality, I've tested a lot of headphones during my 11 years of producing videos for Geekanoids, and what I would say with these is that these are some of the smoothest sounding headphones I've tested to date. The bass frequency is really well controlled, so those lower frequencies sound nice and sort of well controlled and natural, and they go very low. The mid-tones really natural, and then the higher frequencies, sometimes with headphones you get this like clinical sound. This again, it just sort of goes in sort of peaks and troughs where it's meant to, and just really highlights the detail in the audio you're listening to. So a very detailed audio, but at the same time very smooth. And I think, and I might be wrong, obviously the drivers have a big part to play in the sound and the audio signature that a pair of headphones produces, but I think it's also this wooden sort of outer cup for the drivers. So this is made of a real wood, and I think that must have something to do with the sound characteristics of these headphones. So not only are these beautifully made, they sound absolutely gorgeous. One of the best sounding headphones I have tested to date on the Geekanoids channel. Now they do come in at a fairly high price, not the highest price, but an investment in a pair of these, I think they last for a long time. They're beautifully made and they just sound top notch. They really do. So these are the Meze Audio 99 Classics, and I can highly recommend them. Fantastic, and I'm really enjoying listening to both some audio tracks but also listening to podcasts as well, which is what my main sort of listening habits are. But really very good. These are an overkill for podcasts, but they do make the vocal talents that are presenting the podcasts sound awesome as well. So let's pop those to one side. So that's the Meze Classics, or the 99 Classics. Really highly awarded as well. They got loads of awards from various reviewers, and I think they are just absolutely awesome. So moving on, as you all know, I recently reviewed the Google Home Mini, which is Google's small tiny little speaker for a home assistant or smart speaker. I've also previously tested the Amazon Echo and been very pleased with it, especially with the actual audio or voice recognition in that particular speaker. And there's a lot of manufacturers now producing Alexa enabled speakers. Not so many for Google Assistant, but certainly for Alexa it seems like Amazon have opened this up, and there are a lot of cheap Amazon Alexa speakers. It's just heard me, so I'm going to try not to say that too much. But where some of these speakers are lacking is in both features and audio quality. And this one here from Kitsound is called the Voice One. And as if by magic, I can make the speaker appear. I have already taken it out of the packaging and it is awesome. It really is. Let me just show you the product packaging so you can get a quick look at that. And I'm not going to read out all of the specifications other than it's got really good voice recognition and it outputs 20 watts of power. And there's also multi-room connectivity here, so you can actually have up to 8 speakers connected in different rooms. Let me show you the specifications on the back so you can read those for yourself. So this is of course voice activated, multi-room as well. It's got a stain resistant nano coating. It offers USB device charging and also allows you to connect via Bluetooth. So that's what the product packaging looks like. But you want to look at the speaker and have a demo, don't you? And after I've shown you around the speaker and given you my opinion, I will give you the opportunity, like I did in the Google Home Mini video, because it was great fun. Everybody took part. You can ask questions for the speaker, and I will ask the speaker for you. So put them in the chat if you want to ask it anything, and we'll see how well it actually responds. Now, before I show you the actual speaker itself, it does come with a remote control. I do like it when you get a decent remote control. So this is what the remote looks like. So we've got plenty of buttons there, or well, say plenty, all of the necessary buttons, but really nicely laid out. And sometimes when you buy a device, you get a really rubbish remote. You get one of these ones with like the little round circular buttons all over it, and they're like really tacky. This has had some thought put into it. So you've got like a mute button at the top, volume up and down, track skipping, select button, an action button, and play and pause. So I think Kitsound have done a great job on giving us a non-complicated remote control with all of the essential controls on it. So that's the first point I want to make, is attention to detail and quality with the remote control. And then the speaker itself, let's bring this up a little bit closer for you. It's got some weight to it. It's a nice large speaker. I want to just pick it up if I can and turn it around. On the back here you can see a WPS switch because it does connect to Wi-Fi. It needs that Wi-Fi connectivity to be able to use the Amazon, I won't say it, but Alexa voice recognition. And it's also got an auxiliary in, and you'll also notice a USB output on the back there, so you could use your own device cable and actually use this to charge your iPhone or your Google smartphone or another USB device, so you can charge that. And then it's got this cloth grill. This is what's got the stain resistant nano coating on, so it sort of repels stains. And I think Kitsound did that because you might place this in your kitchen, for example, and if you're cooking and something gets on the grill, you want to be able to easily wipe it off. And then on the front here we've got a mute button, so we can actually mute this by pushing the button and the LED turns red. So now I can say Alexa without it recognising my voice. Alexa, Alexa, Alexa. So it's not picking up what I'm saying. There's also an action button just here. There's also a play pause, and there's also a little Kitsound logo down the bottom here. This is a rotational dial. It has different colour LEDs depending upon which mode it's in. And this rotational dial does the volume as well. You can also control the volume with your voice. And the action button actually switches through the modes. So before I show you Alexa in action, let's take this off like that. So it's now listening for my voice. And let's just tap this button.
Bluetooth mode.
So now it's in Bluetooth mode. So I can actually give you
connected.
I can actually give you a demo of the audio quality. Now, I've been really impressed with the audio quality. I really have. Let me just go into here, and we're going to play this one. So we've got an ad coming in, and then we've got my video that I've lined up here. So are you ready? This is a Geekanoids original track. Now I know I'm biased because I actually helped create that track using a product in a review some months back. My brother must take most of the credit, of course, because he was the one playing the guitar in that track, but it works absolutely superbly. Really good quality audio, actually sounds superb. A full-on bass frequency, a really spacious sound as well, loud enough to fill a really large room, and just the overall sound quality I think is superb. I really do think it is. Real nice detail in the sound as well, but something that's really full-bodied in a speaker that isn't the smallest, of course, but in this sort of size casement is very, very good indeed. And I think this is just a really nice looking speaker as well. I think they've done a great design on it, but the soundstage, brilliant. And again, for the price point, Kitsound products are always very keenly priced, and this is priced far below the quality of the audio output. So anyway, let's close that video down that I was playing the audio to. Now we click this action button again.
Line in mode.
And now it's gone into line in mode. So that 3.5mm audio input in the back is now active, and that's got the green around it. So blue was Bluetooth, green indicates line in, and then if we click it once more, it's going to go back into voice recognition mode, and it's going to be connected via Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi mode.
So now it's in Wi-Fi mode and it's listening for my voice. So now we can have some fun and ask it some questions. I hope that this is picking up the quality of the voice as well. So let's ask it something like, Alexa, what is the weather like in London today?
Right now in London, United Kingdom, it's 59 degrees with clear skies and sun. Today's forecast has lots of clouds, with a high of 59 degrees and a low of 42 degrees.
So there you go. It was a little bit loud at the beginning of that demo, so let's do something else. Let's ask it to tell us a joke, shall we? This is what we normally do in these live broadcasts, so we want to be cheered up. So Alexa, tell us a joke.
What do you get when you cross a pig and a centipede? Bacon and legs.
Very poor. Very, very poor. So if you've got any questions for the speaker, then please do let us know. It's just amazed me that the audio quality, it really has. This is the Voice One. For those of you who've only just tuned in, this is the Voice One from Kitsound. If you've got any questions you want to ask it, then put them in the chat and I will ask away. But let's have a look in the chat very briefly, and then I'll come back to giving you my overall opinion of the Kitsound speaker that I've got here today. We have got a lot of people in the chat. We've got Harry K saying iOS still playing up with problems with the YouTube Mail app playing up. You are right, it's getting better but still not completely right. Absolutely agree. Apple are making sort of inroads to improving it and getting things back to how they should be, but it's still stuttering away. They really need to refine it and get rid of some of the mush that they put into the latest version of iOS. Hello to Raymond and to Richard Sweeney. Top notch, like the iPhone 10 screen. Very good indeed. Raymond Moore also says nice headphones, referring to the Meze Audio 99 Classics that I talked about during the first part of this broadcast. Hello to Chris Samuel. Hello Chris. It is awesome you've tuned into the live broadcast. Thanks very much for tuning in. Harry K says great thump from the bass. I think you were meant to say there. Great thump from the bass. Definitely very, very good bass from the Voice One speaker, and a really good voice recognition as well. I think that there's two little dots on the top, and I think these are the sort of the microphone pickups for the Amazon Voice Assistant. And with regards to the bass frequency and the bass extension of the speaker, if we look around the back again, something I forgot to mention is we've got this port on the back, and when you get a ported speaker, that is normally to extend the bass frequencies. Now if you were placing this close to a wall, you could plug this speaker, this expansion port here, you could plug that. If you were putting it close to a wall, you might get a better sound quality, but certainly when it's 1 foot or further away from a wall, then I would leave that open. It's not suggested that you do that in the instructions anywhere, but definitely something to take on board. Now, just with regards to the build quality, let's talk about that, and then we'll come back to my overall opinion. I really like this grill. I sort of wish that the grill was on the top as well, but that's just like a personal opinion. I think it's because I like the colour of this material and the feel of it so much. I also really like the fact that we've got this rotary dial for the volume. You can see it sort of flashes each time I click it round into another position. We've also got another tap to talk button in here as well, so we can tap this. I also like that we can stop it from trying to recognise our voice. And these buttons, I don't think they're metal, I think they are plastic, but they feel really nice. So you've got a nice feel to everything. Again, this rotating volume knob on the front is plastic as well, but it's a nice quality, a nice grade of plastic. Coming back to the actual functionality, I think it's nice that we got Bluetooth, nice that we got Wi-Fi, and nice that we got the auxiliary input. And I understand why you've got to switch around those modes, but I think the only feedback I would give to Kitsound is if, for example, we put it into Bluetooth mode, and then I try to activate Alexa. So I say, "Hi Alexa,
Bluetooth connected,"
or "Alexa, what's the weather like?" So it won't recognise me when it's in Bluetooth mode. And I just think it would have been sort of the icing on top of the cake, or the cherry on top, if you'd have been able to have both Bluetooth and Wi-Fi active at the same time, unless I'm missing something. But the only way I found that you can actually get it to recognise your voice is to actually have it in Wi-Fi mode.
Wi-Fi mode.
So now it will be listening for my voice. So, which is a little bit of a shame, but still a great speaker. Now, something I must show you is, and you can still use it while it's in Wi-Fi mode for other functionality. So we've got an app as well, the Kitsound Player app, and I can just show you. So there's some examples there of what you can ask Alexa, and then we've also got all of these as well. So this is all of the services.
Calling with Alexa is not supported on this device. You can use the Alexa app instead.
Okay. So these are all of the services that are available within the app. And the app's really nice. It guides you through setting things up really easily, connecting it to Wi-Fi, or connecting to the Wi-Fi that this is broadcasting, and then you connect it to your own Wi-Fi access point. And then you can use all of these various services. You can even switch to line in and Bluetooth on the app as well. And I can still control the volume of this from the app. So if I've got multiple speakers, let me just put the brightness down on this a bit so you can see it a bit better. So this is the list of speakers. So I've only got one at the moment, of course, and you can actually control the volume of the various speakers. Now, left channel, right channel, stereo. So I'm just assuming, because somebody asked this in the chat earlier, that if I had more than one of these speakers, I could have both of them in the editing room, assign them the same name in the app, and then have one set to left and one set to right, and then have them separated and use them as a left and right channel. So two speakers as a stereo pair. So that's really nice functionality. And then I can also, as you heard there, switch it to L and R, so left and right channels within the one speaker. Now I'm going to tap play all. What does that do? There's a play all button at the bottom, which doesn't seem to do anything. Maybe I haven't set up anything for it to play up to, for it to activate when I'm touching that icon. But I'm assuming, let me go back to YouTube. Now this will probably play through the iPhone now. Yeah, so while it's in Wi-Fi mode, in listening mode, I can't play something from the YouTube app to this particular speaker. I'm just checking if I can share it with the speaker as well. So no, I can't find a way of actually sort of sharing audio from the YouTube app with the speaker whilst it's in Wi-Fi mode. But overall, I think the app's really nicely designed, offers up extra functionality on the speaker, and I just think they've done a really good job overall of the app. Let's have a look inside the chat again. Harry K, can you switch the lights in the house off and on if you have the sockets that are linked to that particular service? Let's just mute it so that I can read the question out properly. So if this was linked to Alexa as it is, can I use it to control sockets, lights, central heating thermostats, etc, etc? You can. It acts in exactly the same way as one of the Amazon Echoes or Echo Dots or another Amazon Alexa device. So you can use it to control all of the things you got in your house exactly as you do with one of the Amazon branded products. Raymond Moore says, can you use the Alexa without an internet connection? As far as I know, now correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I know, I don't think that you can. I don't think that you can do that at all. Richard Sweeney says, that's a major deal breaker for me. I don't want to have to keep walking up to change the modes. I understand what you're saying, Richard. Let me just go back into the actual app here and go across to here and then into my music. So I'm in Wi-Fi mode at the moment. Now I just don't want to get hit for a copyright strike, so I'm going to actually leave it in Wi-Fi mode, and then I'm going to go into my local music, and then I'm going to play, let me see if I've got one of my tracks on my phone. This is all my music here. Have I got one of my own audio tracks? I thought I did. Let's just have a look. Let's go back one screen. So I've got TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Tidal, Napster. So it supports all of those things. And I've gone into my music. Let's turn the volume right down. Oh, these are all still in the cloud. That's why I'm not able to play them at the moment. I need to find just a local piece of music. Let's try this one. Yeah, I haven't got anything locally stored on my iPhone here. But you said it would be annoying to keep having to change modes. I can actually... Oh, here we go. So this is going to play. There you go. And now if I say, Alexa, what's the weather like in London?
Right now in London, United Kingdom.
Alexa, stop.
59 degrees with clear skies.
Alexa, stop. And then it goes back to playing the music. So there you go. So that is possible. So if you have it in Wi-Fi mode, you control all of your music within the Kitsound app, the Kitsound Player app. So you can in fact play music. It's playing via Wi-Fi rather than via the Bluetooth connection. And then when you ask your assistant a question, it mutes the music, answers the question, and then brings the music volume back up. So that's all controlled within the app. So you don't have to switch to Bluetooth. You only switch modes if you want to actually switch to a device that's connected via Bluetooth, or if indeed you didn't want to use the Kitsound app, you wanted to use your own app, or if indeed you wanted to have it playing the audio to a YouTube video, which would be my main use case scenario personally, then you have to connect via Bluetooth. So you'd have to change the modes with that front button. Or indeed, as I mentioned before, if you're using the auxiliary input in the back. So that makes it a lot more useful, because if you were playing just audio from your music library, then you can of course do everything via Wi-Fi. You've also got home music share services here. You can do playlists and access recently played music tracks as well. So a really good app overall. So that makes it a lot more useful. Harry K says, are you using the Sony camcorder for this broadcast? Yes, I am, Harry. I'm really pleased with it. I think I can see a monitor on my screen here, like a monitor display of what you can see. And I think it looks really good. I'm really pleased with the video quality of the streams. And being able to stream in 1080p as well is a real plus point. So before I close out this video, just a quick recap. We looked at the Meze Audio 99 Classics, superb sounding headphones, highly recommended. They are really well priced as well. It is an investment because you're buying a high-end pair of headphones, not silly prices like some headphones, and they just deliver a really solid sound and a really amazing sound signature. And then in closing, the Kitsound Voice One speaker is really impressive. Love the design, love the audio quality. And you know what? If this was purely just an audio speaker that connected via Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or with that auxiliary input, so if all it was a speaker at the price this comes in at, and there is a link to this down in the video description, then I would still recommend it. The fact that this also integrates with Alexa, the setup is super easy and you get a really nice supporting app for it as well, just makes it an absolutely amazing deal. You've got the functionality of a smart speaker in something that sounds awesome. So anyway, that is it for this live broadcast. I hope you enjoyed it. As I mentioned before, if you want to check out the links down in the video description, I've left a link to where you can pick up the Kitsound Voice One and also the Meze 99 Classics headphones just down there in the video description, so please do check that out. Thanks very much for tuning in. Hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in another video very soon.